the Generic Geriatric Cyclist. Hi, I'm the Generic Geriatric Cyclist. Let's go for a ride. Route 9W north from the George Washington Bridge is one of the most popular cycling routes in the U.S. If you live in New York City, it's one of the few routes out of the city that you can reach without using a train or a car with a bike rack. This route is way too long for one video, so I'm doing 3 episodes on 9W. My reason for doing this series is my continued amazement at how popular this route, which passes about a mile from my house, is and has continued to be for several decades. On nice weekend days, you'll see hundreds upon hundreds of cyclists on Route 9. It's an indication that our sport is healthy and prospering. Once cyclists exit the bridge in Fort Lee, New Jersey, they head north on local roads that eventually lead to Route 9W. There's a steady stream coming and going all day, especially on weekends. Near the beginning of the northward journey is strictly bicycles. They have an outdoor cafe, which, as you can see, is a popular stop. You can see cyclists filling their water bottles behind the store, right next to the painting of Eddie Merckx. 9W in New Jersey has a few long rollers at the beginning, but soon is flat with nice wide shoulders until the New York state line about 10 miles up the road. Then New York greets you with a downhill, but don't worry, it will be an uphill when you're on your way back to the city. So here's a little bit of New Jersey, the Garden State. Not long after re-entering New York, there's a popular cafe stop, the 9W Market. On weekend days, this spot is crowded with bikes. Take a look for yourself. Not long after the market, 9W becomes narrow and busy with auto traffic, so it might be best to leave the highway and use the local roads to go into Piermont. Here's how to do it. But even if traffic allowed you to bypass this area, you'd be missing 2 scenic villages along the Hudson River, so be grateful for the opportunity. We're going to make a left just up ahead, so be careful for oncoming traffic when you cross the road. Well, there you go, we did it. Piermont is a great vantage point to see the still new Mario Cuomo Bridge that connects Rockland and Westchester counties. If you're not in a hurry, you can ride out on what's called the pier, which is really more of a causeway that extends almost a mile out into the river. On hot days, it feels about 10 degrees cooler out there. Piermont is also home to a small coffee shop, Bunbury's, and some nice places to eat lunch. You may want to scout out a spot on the way back home. The Piermont Bicycle Connection is a first-rate bike shop, and it draws a steady stream of cyclists checking out their wares and mixing with other riders. It's also a great place to top off your tires, get any needed mechanical adjustments, or buy a coffee and use the WC. When it's time to leave Piermont, you'll ride along the river for a few miles, go under the New York State Thruway as it becomes the Cuomo Bridge, and emerge in Nyack. At this point, you've come to the end of the first video in this series of 3. I hope to see you back for episode 2, Nyack to Stony Point.